I was cleaning up a little bit in the rock room, and I ran across this box that I had marked horns, and it was pieces I haven't really cleaned up yet. So these three pieces I'll clean up. But the subject was horns. I thought I was seeing animals that had horns. This one, it looks like the head of the animal is right here, and that are the eyes, and his head is about like that, and his horns come up and curl here, and this one goes over here and curls around. And this one, I think I'll be able to see more when I clean them up, but this one looks like this is the head, and the horn comes down here and curls around, and there's eyes. This one has horns that comes down below his head. I mean, it curls around and then hooks down. I think I've seen a picture of that type of animal, but I'm not sure. But horns is what I'm concentrating on in this video. I'm going to clean these up with Brasso and shine them up, and let's see if it's just pareidolia or if it's, horns. Before I put all these back up, I just want to give it one more sort of a little demonstration of how something that appears to be trade goods or preforms go through an evolution of tool making, and then it ends up being a tool. Of course, these are all three different stones and all, but this was a little cutting tool, and right there the wear shows at that spot and the staining that was a little engraving tool. So that's one example. And these I consider preforms. That's actually a tool. Now, this is sort of an idea of the triangle shape. That is a preform, and they start slicing it up. Now that's just another preform too. But it too will become a tool. There's a cutting edge. There is a drill-like engraving right there. Another cutting edge. And that's a tool. These I consider preforms. This one is definitely a preform. And this is another preform that has a little bit more work on it. And then the end result is probably one of the handiest knife blades you can have, because you have all the edges sharp, and if it gets dull there, you go to here, and you can keep making it smaller and smaller until it's gone. But that is a blade. That is a tool. These I consider preforms. And for right now, the tools go in there. Okay, and these are similar patterns cut from different stones that will each have a cutting edge, scraping edge. On the left side, the way I have them set up, each have a purposely made scraping edge. And what's interesting about it is that these particular style of cutting the stone creates gravers. There is the wear. I got to find the wear to make sure it's a graver. It's not just something sticking out there. Now, this also has a little scraping tool here. But the gravers that I see are, all of these practically. This one right there. A little tool to do engraving. And that one's a good example, showing the wear and the tool. Where's my light? Right there on that end. Plus the little razor sharp cutting. And that's an engraver. This is an engraver. And many of these have the engraving possibility on these. But they're all split about the same way. And and yes, I do see that bird on there. But I don't want to talk about it right now. I do. Another one, they're cutting edge. And a little area right up here for some sort of engraving. Okay, that, I want to mention that. And let me chair up here. Before I get into the animals that has horns, folks, many images of animals are masks that are worn by humans. The art shows this. They're masks. You've seen the evidence of this in the Native Americans' powwows and dancing and, well, you know, masks. And I'll get back to that for just a second. But I just want to show you, let me move these. This has nothing to do with the horns, but this is an owl, the shape of an owl. And this, if you visualize the head being right here, and there's the eye, and there's the eye, it's sort of a bird. Here's the wing down here. So, what I was going to say. Now this one even shows, well, all of these stones show a whole bunch. And yes, I can see all kinds of images on that, but that's not, I can't talk about all the images at once. I just got to explain what I'm saying. Okay, see how that pressure flaking and preparation right at this soft piece of cortex as opposed to the hard stone? Well, that's how they carve these pieces off, but they didn't carve this one off. There's a horse image, and anyway, this is the hard stone part, and if you get a hold of it just like that, that's the comfortable way to hold it, just like that. And the smoothing of that stone right there shows that this was a abrasion tool, like a sanding tool. Now this owl, and I've showed it before, is the handle where you get a hold of that, and that heart shape right there, and the abrasion used on it, polishing, I can see that it too was held like that. So here's two tools that have a hard stone handle, but the tool use is the cortex, a softer stone, for grinding. That's what this one is too. Take a look just like that. And you've got a nice little sanding tool. Let me pause for a minute and reset this up. And I want to talk about horns. And I would like for y'all to see them as masks. I mean, give it a shot. Let me get set up. Folks, I had to pause for a bit, run down to a yard sale not very far away. And I found these two cool items. This is an old brush. And they said it's been hanging in their barn for as long as they know, but it's a good brush. It's still flexible and everything. And it's real clean, and it's an old paintbrush, giant paintbrush. And I do believe that natural fiber there is horsehair, because it smells. I mean, it smells like a horse. I mean, I don't know, it smells like a horse. And got this, it's not broken, it's all the way around really good, and it's got a lid. Don't know what it is, looks kind of more of a Pier 1 type thing. But that's what I got today. Just, I gave 50 cents for that, I gave $2 for that. Folks, I'm sorry, but I get distracted really easy when I see something that I need. I guess this. Anyway, one more little brain bloop before I get into the horny ones. I think that colors was also part of this village's trade items. These here, they're all orchid colored, orange and white and red, and they don't weigh nothing. I mean, it's almost like you're holding a feather. And I think these folks traded in colors, and they were so very easy to carve on this real soft stuff. So I think they were also doing some carving. I see images. I won't say what they are because I don't know. But some of them, well, anyway, I think that trading was part of this menagerie. I think I'm going to end this video, and because showing the horns on, it'll take me longer than, okay, bye for now. Folks, I'm sorry, I had to pause again. I was headed, I stepped out there by my truck. I was headed up the hill to go to the mailbox, and I stepped on this nut, and it's really something for you to research. I mean, I've seen it done, so I know how it's done. But this is a white oak acorn, and there's so much food in nuts. And if you haven't already, check it out, how to process the natural foods in your local area.